Now that's content. Watching coffee brew on the morning after. Nobody wants to watch coffee brew and watch me eat cheesy eggs? Oh my goodness. Sounds good. Miklos, you already ate. Miklos ate cheesy eggs and bacon for breakfast. You want more? You've been eating too much bacon. He's ready to go this morning. I don't know why he's in such a hurry. Had a slight headache when I woke up, duh. But the first cup of coffee knocked it out, thank goodness. Hmm. They're cute little cups and they're cute little sleeves. See? Sometimes, let's see, they're all the same in here. This one has a mustache. I always find these entertaining. Oh, yeah, get you some coffee going. Got my swimming suit on. Well, half of it. Same dirty sweatpants I wore yesterday, but I spilled coffee on them already this morning. It's one of those hangover mornings. It's fine. It'll be just fine. He woke me up this morning. He doesn't usually do that. So I keep an extra pair of panties in the car, but I washed out my underwear yesterday, so I still have two clean pair of panties. Just no clean pants. I have swimming suit bottoms and a cover up. That's what I have with me. Some socks. I think I've had enough breakfast, actually. Here, Nicholas, you want this? You want it? Come and get it, silly. You're acting like you can't see. Can somebody tell me why Newfie Girl was in my chat last night? Yeah, I remember that. My son just sent me a text and it says, we're having a garage sale and a guy just came up wearing a GoPro. I asked if he was filming. He said yes. Seems pretty rude to me to not ask permission at someone's house. I'm telling him, lots of resellers film at garage sales. They aren't about filming people. Not sure why he's so offended by the camera. He doesn't want me to do an episode with him either, and I would love to because he's so smart. I think his wife feels funny about it, so he feels funny about it. Just the stuff. I said, you must get over the fear of cameras. They are everywhere. What's up, guys? Nobody has anything to talk about? Is it too early for chatter this morning? All my normals are still in bed. Comrade Yuri, where are you from? I haven't seen you before. Good morning. I wanted to buy this shirt for Aunt, and they just sent me a message that said it has a price reduction. They reduced the price. You think that'd be a good one? They sure did reduce the price. It's like $8.67. But you know what? I'm pretty sure it's not cotton. It's that all polyester spandex. And that's kind of hot and sweaty, so I don't know if he would particularly wear that anyway. He says, so there shouldn't be any social rules associated with filming. That's a good topic of discussion, isn't it? Yeah, that would have been really weird 50 years ago if somebody would have came to your garage sale and just started filming. It's your property. You could have asked him not to, and he probably would have just left. The norms have changed. Oh, this phone needs charged. Hi, Tommy. San Francisco. It's cold in San Francisco. I actually love San Francisco. Um, I love every place. What's up, Tommy Temper? What you throwing a temper about today? Just drinking coffee, getting ready to pack up and hit the road. Head down the road again. Go in here and do my morning face lotion. Pack up my shit. I hate that I have to be self-conscious about where my boobs are. He ate cheesy eggs and bacon. That's the only eggs he'll eat is cheesy eggs. Scrambled with cheese. Enjoying springtime. Nice. I want to enjoy my summer. Like, I'm getting tired of all these appointments. I'm about to tell him to kiss my bum and take off for the summer. Where did the meatloaf dishes go, huh? Oh, I had reading materials for last night, but I was too drunk to read. Great. I did sleep though. So the thing is, I used to drink like a bottle of wine every day just to be able to sleep because the nightmares were so bad. That's not the case anymore, but sometimes. Let's see. Toner. Toner. It's a good thing I don't get tipsy like that very often. You guys were waiting for me to spill some kind of tea, weren't you? Did I? Well, we had a whole discussion about that, comrade, because I was out. Like, I rolled an extra blunt to bring with me, and I forgot it. And then I decided to spend the night at the last minute. And here in Virginia, it's legal to smoke, share, have, and grow, but it's not legal to buy or sell. So there's not like dispensaries you can just pop in on. So I was out of weed, high strung. So we went and had some cocktails and dinner. We ate food though. It's a good thing we ate food. What's up, mister? Why are you in such a hurry to get out of here, huh? Why? Look, I don't know. He's sitting by the door real close. Oh. Why? Why are you so ready to leave? You don't like this room? Get that camera out of my face, Mom. You know I don't. I've been using these, shampoo conditioner bars. This is a good way to go. Yeah, the silly outdated laws. They need to, it just needs to be legalized federally. That's stupid. Anyway, I highly recommend those bars for travelers. Shampoo and conditioner in one bar. Of course, your hair, if you have dry hair, curly hair like mine, you need some more moisture. Just a little conditioner maybe. DOA just go live? I think he did. Put some conditioner on these curls. The curls need a lot of moisture. They drink up the moisture. Especially in the sun and the wind. Convertible life. What do we got here? Beauty serum. It's pretty much empty. think so. I think it's empty. All right, but I'll save that jar. Oh, this has sunscreen in it. This is what we need. Oops, I do that every time. I hit the pump before I take the cap off. I don't want this stuff. So let's see. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Oh, more stuff. I don't think you guys have seen this tattoo. Maybe a little. One bag down. I always clean up too. I clean before I leave a motel room. Put all the towels and rags in one pile. Put all the trash in the trash. Look at him ready to go. Dang. On the trail today. Can you see the pool? Oh, I have beer in the refrigerator. Oh, actually, it's in the freezer still. And they popped and froze. Oh my god. Just one. All right, y'all. You did it. I forgot and left the beer in the freezer. Look. Beer ices for everyone. Can we get everything in these 2 bags? You think? You think, mister? Oh, I always I leave a tip too if I have money. So there's a tip if I have cash. Guess I don't own the one in Bogart. I don't know. Maybe. I think if I had a little bag, I could fit everything. Think we can get it all, buddy? Huh? Are you gonna help? Let's go. You ready? Should I see if I can get all these bags? If I can carry everything at once? Let's see. Let's put the keys in here. This phone in here. Oh, we got that beer over there. Let's see. Is there anything I can put it in? There's a bag. Okay. Can we do it? Guess we'll get coffee downstairs. Put this water away. Keep it here. Kinda. We got it. We got it, buddy. All right, looks good. Looks good. Let's go. Ouch. Hope I can find the car keys. Where'd I put them? Well, if you could learn to push the button, you know where the elevators are. You don't know how to push the button. What happened? We don't want it. No, no, no. Come. No, come. Look, we ended up in the laundry room. We want this one. Hi. Go.
I see a dog for in real life. On TV.
Oh, yeah. I think give him the key. Give him the key. Do you have a box? Or just
The room number.
Oh, there it is. I
What's the last name?
327 Pruitt.
Pruitt? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Come on, let's go out this way. It's quite nice. It's quite lovely out today. Put you over here in the shade. A little bit of shade. There they are. Look, he's sitting over there pretending. Oh, my water's spilling out. Oh, a cord. Let's turn that off a minute. my map. We need to open some windows though. It is humid today. Sweat's running off me. Thinks he can negotiate whether we have to leave or not. It's not that he doesn't want to go, it's that he doesn't want to be in the car. I'm gonna get another coffee. I'll be right back.
justifying
I guess we can
violence.
just
I'm not
listen to
justifying
DOA.
it. I'm saying I'm just looking at the whole picture, and I'm seeing everyone's side,
Love to
because
catch
you have to be
up.
able to see everyone's side, and so yeah, so all that happened. So yeah, back to Nurse D. I got off topic, and then I'm gonna end this.
Oops.
I just wanted to make some clarifications. I wanted to thank that person who donated the $1,500 for the lawyer. I did not get a charger. The Chinese American, the Chinese Americans did not buy me a Dodge Charger, man. I just know people, right? And they trust me because they see that I'm an honest person, or I try to be as honest as possible. And
Oh, I
but
need
Nurse
to come
D wanted to pay the first bond, the $3,000. We raised the cash, we paid the bond. Then so whatever, I got arrested again in court, and because I'd been coming back, the magistrate was cool with doing a $300 bond. You know, I could get out on a $300. It didn't have to all be cash. It wasn't just all cash. So they had raised, my friend had the money, the $3,000 to bond me out, and he went to the bondsman, or went to the sheriff to bond me out, and they said he's already been bonded out. Well, Nurse D had gone to a bails bondman and paid the $300 to bond me out, which is 10% of $3,000. $300 cash.
out.
Okay.
We're gonna take the fastest route today, not the prettiest route.
So after saying have a safe trip, Aunt, she then went
Head northeast.
and I blocked her. She got mad and then went, and the next day says that I stole the money, that I got to pay her back and all this stuff.
Nurse
And this
D,
is my
I will
name,
pay
and
you
I'm
the
trying my best
$300
to
if that will.
clear my name on this,
If
which I
that
don't
will
have to,
make
but I
the-
am,
the-
because my
the
name is everything that
problem
I
go away.
have, right? I'm not going to allow even a small person to affect who I am, and so I want to clarify what happened, and so so she paid the $300. So because all the charges were done, all that goes back. So the $3,000 from the second arrest, the cash money, went to Abuse, because Abuse paid
This is so
$8,000.
hot.
So we had $2,600
Coffee's too hot.
raised. The girls had raised $2,600, and then they raised $3,000. So for the bond, so that was $5,600 somewhere, some change with that. So he's been paid $5,600 of the $8,000, and I'm going to do his bathroom here in fall or sometime to
Turn right toward Glenside Drive, then turn right onto Glenside Drive.
is I'm not sure what that
30.
Wait, 10%, $300.
10% of
$30.
300 is
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take the I-64 West ramp to Charlottesville.
There's a fee, right? There's a fee for them doing it. I should have known that math, but I didn't get it.
Sorry,
And so they'll
buddy.
take a little cut out of that 300. But I didn't ask for her to do it. I didn't want her to do it. We didn't want her involved with it the first time because it was weird what she was doing. And so Nurse D has given money to Glory Bee. She's all in all the chats. She's in with Jeff, who's talking about eating my cat. She's in with Telescope talking about eating my cat. She's involved with all of them.
Here.
And AP didn't want me to be involved with Nurse D because she was a Oath Keeper, or she was a regional person of the Oath Keepers. And so I distanced myself because of AP, you know, because her and Vaughn, you know, she didn't like Vaughn either. And so the whole Vaughn thing, you know, I distanced myself from Vaughn for a bunch of different reasons. But then all of a sudden Vaughn's buying AP a heated jacket. So, you know, and so like, yeah.
Weird shit.
Platforming people who are making threats against my family is not cool. You're not my friend if you're platforming them. And so you can't be my friend and platforms people who are platforming, who are talking about eating.
Use the right lane to take the I-64 West ramp, then merge onto I-64 West.
Thank you. And I just want to say, you know, and I don't like that that she also docks the dolls, and Black Claude docks dolls. Dolls has been a huge supporter, and Dolls is a great person. The doxing the dolls. Okay, well then it's $300. I didn't know that. We had the bond, so it wasn't. Are you sure they don't get that $300 back? That's a service. That's the 10%. No, I'm just clarifying things. So yeah, well then that's not on me, because we had the $3,000 cash. We didn't want her to do it. No, I don't know when court is. Court's not set yet, and I don't even want to talk about that. I just want to say that I got the money. And I still would, if you don't clap for me. I guess I didn't know that. I thought it was 10% of the cash bond. But I guess that's the service, because I do know they do 10%. But see, that's not. Well, I guess we didn't use a bondsman when we put out the 3,000. We didn't use the bondsman. We went straight to the sheriff. And so, I was not, when Black Claude was on the corner there, I was very uncomfortable that Black Claude was there, because I felt that I was not being a friend to dolls, because reenactment with dolls, they doxed her.
I can't do this.
And Dolls is my friend. I've never met Dolls, I've never talked to her, but she's been such a great supporter, and she's my friend. And it's more than a parasocial relationship. I haven't met. I guess it is a parasocial relationship, but it's a strong parasocial relationship. And I felt uneasy.
The hospital said that their program of applying whole body or partial body atomic radiation to terminal cancer patients had some positive results, but strong enough to withstand the tests. So again, they're not weak physically.
No,
at
they
the
have to be
time.
dying, but they have to be well enough
Correct.
to live long enough through these radiation exposures to be able to document results.
Well, and
Right,
also
and
to
to
be the
perform some physical
baseline.
tasks, because
Exactly.
What they're trying to see is what a healthy soldier would do,
Right,
but they need someone who is expendable at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
So they need someone who can walk on their own, lift some, whatever, get in and out of bed on their own, whatever.
not lying in a bed.
correct.
Right. Wow. Fuck.
None had previously gone through standard chemotherapy or radiation therapy before this, so they had to be clean slates, basically, in terms of the radiation. And this was intentional because the experiment required replicating radiation on healthy tissue. So the patients were aged anywhere between 9 and 84 years old. Jesus
Wow.
Christ. They were exposed to up to 300 rads over the course of just a few hours.
Oh my god.
I know. 300 rads? What's a
Oh,
rad?
That
Well,
sounds really fucking bad.
it sounds bad. The exposure rate was equivalent to about 20,000 x-rays worth of radiation
Oh my god.
in a few hours.
And your dental hygienist leaves the room when that's happening.
Yeah,
you have to
Or
wear
just your
a-
mouth.
You have
that
to wear
weird
a
apron.
thing, yeah.
The really heavy apron.
So 20,000 full body x-rays in one blast.
Ugh.
That's crazy.
I also keep picturing the machine that does this, and I get such heaves and such Chernobyl meltdown. Just, ugh.
Mhm. A A radiologist at the Sloan Kettering Memorial Cancer Center later said that the radiation in Sanger's experiment, quote, approaches what happens in an atomic accident, and that, quote, nobody to my knowledge is using whole body radiation as a therapeutic measure. Unsurprisingly, the mortality rate in the study was very, very high. Of the 80 plus patients that were experimented on between 1960 and 1971, as many as 1/4 are thought to have died from the radiation exposure.
I wouldn't want to have lived after that kind of
No.
exposure.
You'd probably be begging for death. It'd be so painful.
This figure is based on a 1972 report by 3 University of Cincinnati junior faculty members who evaluated the experiment after it was like exposed in the press and had to be stopped. The New York Times wrote in 1994 that the study had exposed patients to the highest levels of whole body radiation and caused the most deaths of all the government-sponsored experiments since World War II.
Good God.
Oh my god.
Well, congrats on your win.
Most
You won
deaths
most deaths.
of all government experiments
Fuck.
since World War II.
It's like the worst thing to win at.
Yeah, how horrific is that sentence?
What were they doing in World War II?
I mean, what weren't they doing? I mean, I know what the Nazis were doing. I don't know
Right.
what we were doing. Well, no, we dropped a lot of A-bombs and we dropped, I mean,
As experiments? Whatever, it doesn't matter.
there was bombing, I don't know. Okay. Dr. Sanger acknowledged that the high radiation levels may have contributed to the death of 8 of the 80 patients.
Maybe.
So he's like, don't blow it out of proportion. Only 10% of my patients died from my experiment.
Everybody fucking chill.
Everybody
Okay?
chill. It's not 25%. It's 10%
10%.
of people needlessly dying.
Soaking wet.
Also, like, these experiments weren't
It's 10% soaking wet in heels.
in your bra.
It's Tom Sandoval's lifted shoes.
But my
okay?
hair's gotten really long, okay? That's why I weigh more. Okay,
My
Yeah.
skin weighs a lot. Subtract my skin.
Have really heavy skin.
But also, like, this
Fuck.
experiment wasn't with the intention of, like, saving anyone's
Never.
life. It was just
Never.
to see how much is too much.
Correct. But he had to lie a little bit and pretend a little bit to get funding.
Not
That
he
it
wasn't
was-
even lying about it. It was
He
never
had to-
intended to save
Well, he
lives.
had to wink, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge. This
Yeah.
this could have therapeutic benefits because they had to say that to the people to get them to sign up for it, and we were
Well, yeah, but
So it was in the language, but no, it was never the intention.
correct. Yeah, it was off-label use.
Oh.
But because of the terminal diagnoses of the patients, the exact number of deaths that are directly connected to the radiation as opposed to their cancers is unclear, which was fucking on purpose.
They could shush it. Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah. They
Oh
knew
my
that it was
God.
going to kill people. That's why they had to have people that were going to die anyway, so that they could say, well, they were going to die anyway.
And also, okay, then that makes it an even worse award for you to win, because even when you're zhuzhing the numbers to make it look like only X amount of people died as a result of the treatment, quote unquote, you still got 10%.
Literally, no one
Soaking wet in
benefited from the
heels.
treatment.
No.
No one lived longer than was expected from the treatment.
Jesus Christ, the treatment.
Yeah. So how did they get people to sign up for this? Well, it's simple. They were fucking lied to. The University of Cincinnati Hospital would refer patients with advanced cancer diagnoses to Dr. Sanger. Again, this is a public hospital, so where people are going that, need subsidized care.
Yeah.
Sanger would explain to patients the purpose of his tests, but crucially, he did not tell them that their treatments were being paid for by the Department of Defense or what the real aims of the study were.
Because they probably would have been a little more skeptical.
I don't think I would have said yes if you were like, well, what we really want to see is how a nuclear bomb would hurt a soldier on the battlefield.
Yeah, we
How
want to
just-
know
You're a
how
human guinea pig, really, is what you are.
quickly the flesh will remove itself from the bone. God. Ugh.
Instead, he billed it as testing potential treatments or cancer therapies that might help them. When patients were giving their consent, researchers also did not inform them of the possible, fucking likely side effects or negative outcomes that could occur if they underwent the test. So they weren't like, we could experience blah, blah, blah. Like, we know that. No, nothing. Here, sign up. You've got terminal cancer. This is a
Here's an
potential
experimental
study.
treatment. You
Yeah,
could, this
they were
could
probably
fix you.
excited.
Yeah.
Were there
Yeah.
any guidelines requirements for? Because I know there are definitely requirements now
So
for that
ne-
kind of stuff.
Next sentence. So, written consent forms were not used for the first 5 years because they weren't really broadly introduced until 1965. So it was just like oral consent, verbal
Sure.
consent.
Oral consent.
Oral.
Oral.
So in 1965, there was like a more general push to have more rigorous procedures for human experimentation. But they still, even when they started doing written consent, it was still bullshit on the forms. They never disclosed that it was the Pentagon sponsoring the experiment.
Right.
After news broke about the experiment in 1970 and 1971, university officials said that the patients were told now about the Pentagon's involvement, and then things wrapped up within a year. Because they couldn't get anyone else to sign up for it.
Weird. I wonder why.
Of the 80 plus patients, there were 6 that were still alive in the 1970s. The hospital said that their program of applying whole body or partial body atomic radiation to terminal cancer patients had some positive results, but I don't fucking think that that's true. Because only 6 were still alive.
And how long did they conduct?
11 years.
Oh. Okay.
So of those 6 who were still alive, they went through this continuously for 11 years?
No. Okay. Some joined later. You know, they were dying so rapidly at the beginning that.
They had to recruit more people.
So I
Would
don't
they
know.
only send one person through the thing? Like, would
No,
you only
I
go
don't
through
know.
one round?
I don't know the details. I'm sorry, I don't know.
It's almost like it was a government operation. There's no detail.
It was conducted in like the deep dark basement of this University of Cincinnati hospital because they didn't want other people to be exposed to radiation.
Yeah, because they knew how fucking awful it is.
Yeah.
It just goes around the corner.
Yep. So Senator Ted Kennedy called the study a quote an incredible infringement of individual liberty, and threatened to investigate the program through the Senate Health Subcommittee. And then this pressure from Ted Kennedy is one of the big reasons why the funding stopped. The DoD was like, okay, we're getting a lot of flack for this. I guess pull them up. In 1984, the University of Cincinnati released thousands of documents about the study. The papers included internal memos and private reports from members of a faculty committee that had argued privately for years about the safety and morality of exposing these patients to high doses of radiation. So it kind of exposed all the internal grumblings of like, I feel squicky about this.
They pulled her emails.
Yeah,
Years of emails. Of
13 years after the fact.
13 years of typewriter emails. Like, I don't know if we should be doing it. This seems bad.
Yeah. The hospital said the project was not a secret because their findings had been published in reputable medical journals several times. Nobody knows. The patients certainly aren't reading them. Also, those happen after the fact. Like
Right,
way
after.
after you're publishing findings.
They must be
Although the
going
New York
on
Times also put quotes around the word reputable, so I'm not sure like which medical journals they were.
Trump University Medical Journal.
Self-published.
I go there.
When this is the part that you're both gonna just absolutely lose your shit. This is the part. When accused of purposely using patients with low IQ levels, they said that they weren't seeking out people with low IQ levels, but it merely reflected the IQ of people using public hospitals.
Wow.
Oh,
Fucking asshole.
oh God. Yeah, unpack that one.
It's their
others who criticized how the experiment was being done. Yes. Dr. Sanger, who is retired by this point and 77 years old, was at the review, and he claimed that the primary purpose was to treat the cancer, and only the secondary purpose and incidental purpose was to provide data to the Pentagon, but that's not true. On yourself. It's just absolute bullshit. He said, quote, people were sick, they had far advanced cancer, and we gave them this treatment to see whether we could improve their condition. No.
And when we found that we couldn't, we just kept doing it.
When they
For 13 years,
and
11 years, yeah.
And when they kept dying within a month of each other, we just had to recruit more. Families of the patients who died said that there was scientific evidence as early as 1959, so before the study began, casting doubt on the use of whole body radiation to treat the tumors that these patients had, which is like I said at the top. We already knew by 1960 that this was not an appropriate treatment for the cancers that they had. At the Congressional Review, Dr. David Eggleman, who was a former instructor in family medicine at the University of Cincinnati, said, quote, the study was designed to test the effect of radiation on soldiers. It was known when the study began that whole body radiation wouldn't treat the types of cancers these patients had. What happened here is one of the worst things this government has ever done to its citizens in secret.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Yeah. U.S. government.
It is. There you go.
Blasted a nuke at a poor unsuspecting black 9-year-old.
Oh my god.
At least 4 lawsuits were filed against Dr. Sanger, his colleagues, and the university. One lawsuit, was settled in 1999 for $3.6 million. It's not like he privately paid that. That's like the University of Cincinnati fucking paid that. For his part, Dr. Sanger went on to have a career full of accolades and honors. In 1978, the university named the radioisotope laboratory in his honor. Jesus Christ. He was awarded a gold medal for his career achievements by the American College of Radiology. He continued to be an expert on radiation exposure and even advised the American government on its response to the Chernobyl meltdown. These horrific experiments in which dozens of innocent people died seem to be no more than a footnote in his obituary, and if you read some of the articles about his death, they sound like fucking PR statements. They sound like they were like put out by a Craigslist. Oh, sick. Yeah, so fucking gross. Dr. Sanger died in 2007 of bladder cancer.
Oh, he should have tried whole body radiation therapy.
I know, weird that he didn't
There's
try
this
it.
new treatment
Yeah,
that might work really well for you,
and
sir.
want a dose of his own medicine. Was he like 120 years old when he died?
No, he died in
younger than Helen.
2007, and he was born in 1917, but he was like, what, 80? 90? Not even 90?
Wow. I can't do that math. That math should be easy, and yet it's just not. He was younger than Helen, a lot younger than Helen.
Well, he died younger than Helen, for sure. Yeah. Not me Googling 2007 medicine.
90.
90.
90. Integrated math. I knew it was
So
going to be
early.
an even.
It's early. Yeah. Because they both ended in 7. So it had to be.
Because they both ended
It
7.
so it had to be an even, you know?
Okay. You got it. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. Last little bit, and I didn't have time, but I will upload photos to the drive in a second. But part of that lawsuit that was settled with the families in 1999 said that there has to be a memorial plaque listing the names of the victims at the University of Cincinnati, like on their campus. So they created a plaque, but then they're like, it's behind these giant bushes. It's essentially hidden.
Yeah. It's like geocaching to fucking find.
Who is still defending this shit?
Well, the University of Cincinnati doesn't want, it's bad for their reputation, so they're going to minimize it. So they're like, sure, okay, we'll make a plaque. They made a plaque. They hid it behind these massive bushes. When journalists called it out, they did go and cut down the bushes that day. So like within hours of getting called out, redid the landscaping.
Most juvenile fucking bullshit. You made your plaque. We made
What
your
else
plaque.
do you
Oh,
want?
okay, I guess we'll trim some fucking bushes.
Oh,
Jesus.
you wanted us to make it displayable?
Visible.
Well, you didn't make that clear that you wanted people to be able to see it all the time.
Right. So
You should have been more clear.
So they cut down the bushes, they redid the landscaping. They're like, see, we did it, whatever. The plaque is still facing the wrong way. Shut the fuck It's
up.
like so close to a building and it's facing the building.
Oh
Not
my
the like
God.
sidewalk.
Cool.
That's bad
Great.
reputation. So that's my case.
University of Cincinnati. Cool.
Nailed it.
Holy shit. I hope someone listening goes to that school and makes a fucking
Make
fuss
some
about
ruckus.
it.
Yeah, I mean, we can also.
They can move the fucking plaque.
Get a shovel and move it.
Yeah, this would be. I mean, we can.
Sign. Plaque
we-
to University of Cincinnati radiation victims here.
Here, yeah, with a giant yellow arrow. I mean, we can make a fuss, but it would come a long way coming from alumni or students. So that's, yeah. Rights for strong.
Showing rights for their students.
Yes, that's, yeah, get the press.
Here, I'm gonna wait. I just want you guys to see. So you see the side by side where it says UC radiation test. Look at those bushes.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Behind those
Those
bushes.
giant bushes. Yeah, that's absurd. Okay, so yeah, it's like on the ground in this little garden, and I see what you're saying. It's facing the wrong way. It's not facing out toward the grass. It's facing the building behind it.
It's in a corner.
Yeah.
It's here.
In a tiny corner.
And the names are tiny. It's a tiny plaque. And yeah, it's so close to the building. It's like there could be a bench. Like you'd have to be the window washers could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one else. Okay.
Wow. Well done.
Yeah, great. Cool.
That
Love this day.
was wild. I had not heard of that before. And which is also intentional. To not teach that kind of shit. Fucking damn. Alright, well, should we
Yes, please. Total landscaping.
4 seasons total landscaping.
I wish. I need to explore things. Okay, so I have the family case this week. This is incredibly famous, but really only within like the last 5 to 10 years.
I'm really excited to learn about it because I haven't read the book yet, and I've always
Yeah.
wanted to.
It's supposed to be extremely good. I think there maybe was a movie based on the book that HBO did with like Oprah, but I haven't seen it, so I'll have to watch that. I'm definitely curious about reading the book as well. And I'd say within like the last 5 years for sure, she's become like a household name, which is sad in and of itself. That only recently we like know who this woman is. So Henrietta Lacks was born Loretta Pleasant, and we're not exactly sure why, but her nickname was like Penny/Henrietta, and her last name was Pleasant, but her mother's maiden name was Lax, and she ended up taking that name Lax. So we'll get to that. But she was born to her parents Eliza and Johnny Pleasant on August 1st, 2020. So, but that in
1920.
I'm sorry, 1920. Oh my God. So, with that in perspective, she's younger than 3 years younger than Helen when she was born. So like, and this all connects to medical racism in general. It's just very much alive and well. A lot of folks like to say, "Oh, that was a long time ago." Like, no,
Your grandma, she's younger than your grandma.
she's younger than my grandma. So Henrietta was
But it's saying something.
right, but it's saying something. I had a lot of years with my grandma, you know. So she was a bit of a fashion icon. She was never seen without her signature red nail polish. Yep. She was always dressed to the nines. She was very meticulous about like pressing the pleats in her skirts, which I love. From Nature.com, quote, she loved to cook, spaghetti was her favorite, and she loved to dance, often with one of her 5 children in her arms. She was the emotional and psychological center of a home where the extended family gathered and where the door was always open to anyone in need.
I can imagine raising 5 kids and still
Oh.
being pleasant.
Yo, you just wait.
Yikes.
Henrietta herself was one of 10 children, and her mother tragically passed away during the birth of her 10th child.
Oh my god.
So her dad, Johnny Pleasant, couldn't work and care for 10 kids by himself. So he had to make the heartbreaking decision to divide the children among family members to help raise them. So they all stayed within the family, but like he couldn't do it on his own.
I mean, fair.
Super fair. Henrietta went to live with her mother's parents, so her maternal grandparents, and was given her mother's maiden name of Lennox. So that's why she's Henrietta Lennox. She was raised in a small cabin that had been her grandparents' quarters when they were enslaved.
Oh my god. Wow.
On the very plantation that her great-grandfather, who was white, had owned. So, you know, the implication there and the reality there. Henrietta is now being raised by her grandparents who are still living in the slave quarters that the generation before them was enslaved and assaulted in by the white man who owned their family. And that's how whiteness is in her family as well. So while this family was now paid, like a pittance, but enough not to be considered enslaved, they all continued to work on the plantation farming tobacco because there were not places for them to go to gain employment.
They'd been given no education. Their parents
Exactly.
were enslaved.
Correct. So Henrietta started tobacco farming at about 8 years old. Again, she's 3 years younger than my grandmother, alongside her cousins who she also lived with in the cabin. To get her education, she had to walk 2 miles to the nearest black school, but dropped out by the 6th grade because she had to work to support her family. She gave birth to her first child, a baby boy named Lawrence, when she was only 14 years old.
God, I did not know any of this about her life.
Yeah, she was a young mom and had a daughter, Elise, when she was 18. Elise was disabled, suffering from cerebral palsy, and I am not sure how long Elise lived. The father of these 3 children was actually her cousin, David, and they got married. They had grown up together in the cabin, formative years.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that wasn't an assault. That's like the least. Yeah, exactly.
yep, there's nothing in the story or in my research anyway.
He wasn't
I haven't
much
like read
older
the
than
book.
her or anything.
He wasn't much older than her, and I didn't see anything that alluded to assault. I think they just, they're trauma bonded kids growing up together
Small.
at a young age, and you can still marry your cousin in New Jersey. It is what it is. They got married in 1941 and left the farm in Virginia to go live in one of the largest black communities in the United States, which at the time was in Baltimore, Maryland, where David took a job at Bethlehem Steel, which I'm pretty sure is where the character of Charles Minor, played by Idris Elba, had worked before he was hired by Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, and yes, I am on the spectrum.
Oh, Bethlehem Steel.
Yep.
Hey, I knew that from somewhere.
Thank you.
Wow.
Someone fact check it, but I'm 99% sure. I didn't trust it.
Idris Elba, Bethlehem Steel.
Charles Minor.
Charles Minor.
Bethlehem Steel. Find me
I could spell
the Dunder
Bethlehem, I'd be
Mifflin.
set.
Any luck?
It's gonna take me a second.
Just assume I'm right.
Yeah.
So the couple had 3 more children, David Jr., Deborah, and Joseph. And Henrietta experienced severe hemorrhaging during Joseph's birth. And about 5 months after the birth of Joseph, her 5th and final child, Henrietta noticed a painful knot in her pelvis. And at first she was like, am I pregnant again? Like, she'd been suffering for a few months, and she and her family believed her to be pregnant again, but she was not experiencing like the typical symptoms of pregnancy. And like,
That's it. She knows.
she said she knows. So she went to be seen at one of the only hospitals in the state who would see black patients, which was Johns Hopkins, and this was in 1951.
Yep.
Many of our parents were alive at this time, like our listeners' parents were alive in 1951. Segregation was soups not that long ago. So the doctor she saw found a mass on her cervix that was the cause of her pain. They took a biopsy of the mass and discovered that it was malignant as advanced as they are now, and medical racism was very much thriving and still is today. She was treated with the insertion of radium tubes, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a form of radiation treatment where sealed radioactive material is placed as close to the cancer as possible.
Because whole body radiation is really fucking bad for you, and they already knew that in 1951.
Yeah. So they literally put tubes of radium up the hoo-ha to try and reduce the size of the
Radiation.
We are pedal to the metal this morning.
During follow-up, they took additional samples from her cervix without her consent or knowledge. She was just supposed to come back and see if the mass was small. They were intentionally harvesting both healthy tissue and cancerous tissue from him without her knowledge.
Were they doing that to a lot of the black patients that they were seeing at that time, like at that hospital? They
I believe so.
They wanted to just build up a database of healthy and cancerous tissues.
I believe so because
They
this
didn't know
was
that
at
there was anything special about
No.
that.
not yet. And this was at a time when like specifically cancer research was like there was kind of a boom in the 50s, and like obviously the technology wasn't super great, but like they were absolutely collecting samples. She's not.
So I'm guessing they probably collected
Everybody's
samples that
speeding
they had
down
knowledge
this
of
morning.
I'm
most
sure.
of the patients that they saw.
Absolutely, and that was happening all over the country. And there's a case that gets referenced later on that kind of covers that. But like, yes, they were absolutely taking samples without consent from patients that were on the margin.
And by taking samples, I'm guessing we mean cutting biopsy samples of
Biopsy,
Yeah.
yes,
Not
yes.
just like a like
Not
like
like it doesn't.
swab days.
Correct. I think that they were telling her like this is part of your follow-up to check the tumor. But then what they were actually doing was taking not only known cancerous samples from her, but also healthy tissue samples for the use of medical research. And she had no idea what that was happening. So these samples were handed over to Johns Hopkins cancer research team, and Henrietta and her family never knew. She continued, like they knew that they were looking at it as
She was
part of
going
a
to the
treatment.
doctor. She didn't know that she was.
They didn't know they were handing over her flesh to a researcher. So she continued to come in for treatment over the next several months, but the cancer had metastasized throughout her body. She was admitted to the hospital on August 8th, 1951 for like basically end of life care, like blood transfusions and her crying, but there was really nothing else they could do. She stayed in the hospital until her death on October 4th, 1951.
So that means she died. I mean, the radium tubes did not help because we're talking about like a week, basically.
Yeah. Well, she went in August and she died in October.
Right. I just meant.
But yeah, they may have done multiple rounds of radium tube treatment. I didn't go down that pathway because at the end of the day, she did not survive the cancer. And she was only 31 years old when she passed away. And she was buried back in Virginia in an unmarked grave in the family plot alongside her mother. Decades later, a stone was erected at her gravesite that reads Henrietta Lacks, August 1st, 1920 to October 4th, 1951, in loving memory of a phenomenal woman, wife, and mother who touched the lives of many. God, if only she knew. Here lies Henrietta Lacks, or Gila. Her immortal cells will continue to help mankind forever. Eternal love and admiration from your family. So Henrietta's cells turned out to be miraculous. The research team observed that the cancerous cells taken from her cervix reproduce at an unusually high rate, even for cancer. So that that meant they could speed up the time it takes to see what treatments either work or don't work on these cells. They don't have to wait as long. And these cells could also be kept alive longer than any other samples, both the healthy and the cancerous samples that they had ever previously taken. So that allowed them more time to research and conduct tests on the cells because they were living longer in their patronage. Because her cells could divide multiple times in the lab without dying, they were referred to as immortal cells. They quickly realized they had something amazing, so without consulting or even considering Henrietta's family, they stole more of her cells during her autopsy before she was laid to
What?
rest.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. The medical assistant who had harvested these cells from her used a labeling method that took the first two letters of the patient's first and last name to identify the samples. Thus, the immortal cells were named Helo cells. Henrietta Lacks
That
cells.
recently, yeah. It's so fucked up because, like, her family might have given consent.
They might have,
informed and asked.
Well, kind of relate to that too. Like, they don't not want amazing advancements in medical technology.
Right. Their mom died of cancer. I'm sure they want to assist cancer research, but it should be their choice.
It should be they should be informed at all. So, yeah, HeLa cells are a miracle of modern medicine. They've been used to develop such medical advances as the polio vaccine and a million other things, which we'll get to in this matter. While this was never once attributed to Henrietta, the cells were also used unethically, injecting them into cancer patients of color, inmates of color, and even healthy folks just to see if cancer could be spread or eradicated with the cells.
Right.
So by 1955, Johns Hopkins was able to successfully clone HeLa cells, the first ever successfully cloned human cells. They were mass-produced and shipped all over the world for medical research, treatment of cancer, AIDS, gene mapping, even to be used to test the effects of radiation and toxic chemicals, sensitivities to certain adhesives, glue, cosmetics, etc. So they were and they're not, and it's not just a medical study, it's also commercial use that her cells have been used for. So that's like a big part of the problem is that the Lacks family was never compensated for the massive amounts of money that were made because of her cells being used to test like cosmetics and glue and like Scotch tape.
Wow.
Like even if they don't have a case to get money for like medical advancement because that's not quote unquote for profit, even though it absolutely totally is, but that's like their excuse. She still should have been her fucking family should have received compensation for the commercial use of her cells at the minimum.
I mean, other companies were mass producing and selling her cells, so companies were profiting from these cells. It just wasn't the fucking owners of the cells.
Exactly. So this is a little excerpt from The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Scoot. Quote, her cells were part of research into the genes that cause cancer and those that suppress it. They help develop drugs for treating herpes, leukemia, influenza, hemophilia, and Parkinson's disease. They've been used to study lactose digestion, sexually transmitted diseases, appendicitis, human longevity, just like lifespan in general, mosquito mating, and negative cellular effects of working in sewers. They're used for like fucking everything.
Yeah, that's a gamut. That's a gamut right there.
That's a big, that's the queen's gamut right there. That right there? That's a gamut. Yeah. Must have been smoking and drinking. Their chromosomes and proteins have been studied with such detail and precision that scientists know their every quirk. Like guinea pigs and mice, Henrietta's cells have become the standard laboratory workhorse. By the 1950s, or mid-1950s, there were about 11,000 patents involving HeLa cells, and still Henrietta's family had no idea they were using her genetic material and were never asked or even told anything about this.
Right, so 11,000
research for decades, and they were basically told by accident by some like rando at a cocktail bar. Like a member of the Lax family was at like a dinner party, and like a friend of a friend of a friend who was like maybe a doctor, I don't even know. I couldn't get like all the details on this. It was just like they literally found out from a stranger at a dinner party.
Oh, Lax. Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, literally.
You got good blood.
Yeah. Not only had Henrietta Sells been used for medical and commercial purposes without her or her family's consent, but family medical records were also published without their consent in the 80s.
Whoa.
Publicly.
Like, not just her medical records, but their medical records, too.
Correct. Other members of her family.
Fucking shit.
But there was fuck all that could be done about much of this because the Supreme Court had ruled in a different case, but with a lot of crossover in 1990, that, quote, a person's discarded tissue and cells were not their property and can be commercialized.
Some of it discarded when they got a biopsy done, your hoo-ha, without your consent at a medical appointment.
Exactly. Like, did a person's, quote, discarded tissue, that could
A
be...
body buried in a graveyard, a body in the morgue
Exactly.
is discarded tissue.
It's so intentionally vague because yeah, discarded tissue could be, oh, you had a tumor removed.
Why do we even need consent for organ donation then?
Exactly.
Damn, you're gonna need anyway.
It's so fucked up. So that has since changed, but like that they upheld that in 1990.
Don't even get me started on the fucking Supreme Court.
Yeah,
I don't have enough rage today.
we don't have. So from Nature.com, quote, but the story of Henrietta Lacks also illustrates the racial inequities that are embodied in the U.S. research and healthcare systems. Lacks was a black woman. The hospital where her cells were collected was one of only a few that provided medical care to women. None of the biotechnology or other companies that profited from her cells passed any money back to her family. And for decades after her death, doctors and scientists repeatedly failed to ask her family for consent as they revealed Lax's name publicly, gave her medical records to the media, and even published her cell's genome online.
Oh my god.
In parentheses, it says, following an outcry, the genome was soon removed. That would have been in like the late 90s. Nature later published the genome of another HeLa line after the Lax family reached an agreement with the U.S. National Institutes of Health to approve its release. And like, again, don't get this wrong, the Lax family does not like want to shut down medical research and advancement made via HeLa cells. They simply want their loved one and her family to be respected and honored for her contribution.
Her cells are as ubiquitous as like a microscope. Like that is how
In the scientific community, absolutely.
like that is how essential and useful this is.
Yeah, she's arguably saved the lives of like millions and millions of people.
Really on her back that
Yeah,
all of our medical advancements rest is on.
yeah, that we have like a fuck ton of medicines and that like your lipstick isn't making your lips melt off. Like you have Henrietta
Extra
fucking
lips.
right, which that would be great, but still.
And it's like, where do I get that laser?
Yeah, where do I go? I need more. But I want scientists to acknowledge that HeLa cells came from an African American woman who was flesh and blood, who had a family and who had a story. And that's a quote from her granddaughter, Jerry Lax Y, to Nature. So from LiveScience.com, quote, the family of Henrietta Lax, a black woman whose cervical cancer cells were taken without consent in 1951, cloned and widely used for medical research, has sued the biotechnology company Thermo Fisher Scientific, which is only like one of so many places that are using her cells, arguing that the company derived profits from the cell line long after its unethical origins became publicly known. This lawsuit is still ongoing. I think they're working with attorney Ben Crump on this lawsuit, and the Thermo Fisher Scientific company is like doing whatever it can to have this dismissed. It's like gone before judges multiple times. Amendments have been made, but it's still an ongoing lawsuit. There is not a resolution.
Again, you can't think that the family is like money grubbing or whatever.
No.
When all of these fucking businesses, corporations,
Have made
for-profit
billions billions of dollars.
with shareholders are profiting from this.
Correct. And while there are certainly lots of ceremonial recognitions of Henrietta Lacks after
Blacks facing the wrong way behind some bushes.
pretty much, I mean, like the equivalent of that.
Plenty.
After the ethics outcry in the last 10 years, many feel that the entire medical community owes the Lacks family reparations, and I can't say I disagree. As far as we know, the family has not received any financial compensation for the commercialization of Henrietta's cells, other than one private contribution, so not even from like a group that necessarily was using the cells. The Howard Hughes Medical Institute made an undisclosed contribution to the Lacks family or the Henrietta Lacks Foundation as a form of reparations, and the exact amount is unknown. So like
No,
that
it's a still. Like this wrong still hasn't been rated.
HeLa cells are still used today and were instrumental in COVID-19 vaccine and treatment research. And I will close with one more quote from that Nature.com article, which was extremely good. It's linked in my sources. Quote, "The fact that Lax's cells were taken in a different era of consent would never justify what happened. The past cannot be undone, but we must acknowledge the wrongs of previous generations and those wrongs that persist today. Justice must be done, and the time to start is now." It's fascinating and very fucking sad. The story, and it's still unresolved.
I need to read that book. It's been on my list for a long time.
Yeah, I would also like to read it, so maybe we can book club it.
I also I'm not sick of it. I've never done it. We've gotten lots of requests for that, and we
also
do
not
not have that.
But I could loosely commit to maybe reading one book around the same time that you read that.
Within a calendar year.
Sure. Let's make it.
Just so we know ourselves. Well, special thanks to our fan picker, Brianne Mangles. Brianne Mangles. I need coffee and that blue light gun from Men in Black. Don't forget Pen.
Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip, music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell, editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers! exit 118A toward US 29 South.
This backrest to the seat is right in the corner of my rear view mirror. So when I look in it, it makes me think there's a car there, but there's not.
Mile. Take exit 118A toward US 29 South. At 118A, then merge onto US 29 South. On US 29 South for 45 miles.
I'm trying to hear that again. Looking for the lemon pound cake song. Afro Man lemon pound cake. Afro Man lemon pound cake.
Afro Man.
Ah, here it is. Is this the?
More than a week ago, we told you about law enforcement raiding the home of 90s rapper Afro Man.
90s rapper Afro Man.
Afro Man.
Whose real name is Joseph Foreman. Afro Man is the artist behind the hit song Because I Got High and Colt 45.
We're live here at the Adams County Sheriff's Office because they used this search warrant.
On August 21st, the warrant says the search was needed because there was probability of drugs on the property, trafficking.
But it also mentions kidnapping.
Police bust through the kitchen door, wearing tactical gear and holding rifles, sifting through Afro Man's house, going room to room.
All right, guys, we're here. We're gonna do this the Adams County Sheriff way. We're gonna get all the drugs, all the kidnapping victims out of here. We're gonna be heroes, even with no evidence and no real reason to believe that it's really happening. All right, guys, you ready? Yes. All right, let's go. Go ahead. Come on. Shh, I think someone's in there. Is that him? He's not here. I don't see someone. He must be on tour, signing titties and whatnot. I don't know who he thinks he is, but we're gonna get him and get him. 1, 2, 3. Got him! Where's the drugs? I don't see any kidnapping victims in here. Look, we got something. What is that? What is that? What is that?
Boss, I think it's lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake?
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his block. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. Dedicated to all the pretty women around the world. That won't have for a man to sign them titties. A pretty signature need to go with a pretty titty. I got a beautiful signature for your beautiful titty, baby. Wait a minute. I'm standing here looking at them titties, thinking damn to myself. Damn. She only want me to sign them. She don't want nobody else. She bought my weed and brew, hat and t-shirt too. Then she popped out her titties and said, Afro, we ain't through. Summer titties, baby. Oh. She said, summer titties, baby. Summer titties, baby. Oh, I don't mind. She said, summer titties, baby. So why do pretty women bug me and hug me, search me, find me, wine me, dine me, pull out their titties and ask, will you sign me? I say yes ma'am, she don't give a damn. Go ahead and post it on Instagram. My signature, that's my little face. Look. Double click it, zoom in on Facebook. Big, medium, even little titters. I play with they nipples. I call it Twitters. Tap that ass, tap the cat. Snap me a picture for Snapchat. I got more women on my big cock than Pornhub or TikTok. Fuck the internet. This is real life, but on the internet you might find your wife asking. Where's some titties, baby? Oh, yeah. Where's some titties, baby? Oh, where's some titties, baby? Where's some titties, baby? Sometimes I take them titties home and I hold them and I lick them and I say, la 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 la. Then I bend over, stick my dick in it, and I say, ha 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 ha
dedicate this song. Little Jimmy Parker. My cousin, man, is going out. Gotta carry on in his name. I sing. I don't know why you love me like I do. After all the changes that you put me through. Used all my money and my cigarettes. And I haven't seen how to have you yet. I don't know. Won't you take me? To stay. Take me to the river. Wash me down. Won't you cleanse my soul? Put my feet on the ground. She treated me so bad. But all the things we could have had. Love is an ocean that I can't forget. My sweet 16, I will never regret. I don't know. Won't you tell me?
Always thought
do I get in here? Now what? Now why are you beeping at me? Oh, the lights are on. Good job.
Hey, got it, baby.
What's that nice, huh?
Yeah. It's good, baby. Bring it, baby. Nice, baby. Go down, lay down low.
I'm glad you like it.
Hey, it's old school. I like, hey, what do my baby know? Hey, let the hair blow.
Yeah, let the hair blow.
Hey, we say California.
California?
Hey, so it's California.
No, I'm not from California.
Oh, yeah? Oh, hey, so you been there?
I've been there.
What's up? Hey. I know I live right there. Hey, look, it's a good bird right there.
Colorado's better. Oregon's
No.
better.
Well, I come, Colorado, it's a good stuff, but hey, the cat got the bud though.
The what?
California got the best bud I was.
You think so?
Yeah, look, we're gonna, they're gonna laugh. Hey, that stuff will sell so fast, baby, look, people keep it. But look, got hit up with it, the California. Oh, Lord. Pal.
Yeah.
Hey, look, everybody's smoking them. I'm so glad though.
Yeah.
Hey, they're free
More
now.
people need to smoke.
They
Quit being so angry.
God, thank you. All the hate.
Yeah.
No, it's me.
Just smoke one and chill, right?
Hey, look, see, look, it's peace, baby.
All right. Have a good day. Did you guys understand half of what he said? I didn't. He likes the car. He likes California reefer and peace. Think you can do more people watching this way. That'll make you go broke, man.
Hey, you know what? Hey, no, $50 was in that $50 was. Yeah, ain't no put $50 no. I remember all the dollar was. Give me hey, I want small for I can try to go big. 50, ain't no 50 for no stress off. 30, you got 50, 30. Look, it started at $1 and go up to 50.
Yeah.
Ticket, they stay there. But some people have it out to 50 though. I don't.
How much money per day do you spend on those tickets?
Me?
Huh?
No.
You don't buy them every day?
But $10? No,
$10 a day?
No, I say look, but sometimes I hit.
Sometimes you win.
I said, but I hit $1,000 off the ticket here.
$1,000?
$1,000 ticket.
What?
Yeah, black ticket. Yeah, black ticket. $1,000 ticket. But how you go? How the money is? You go $5 ticket. You hit 20,000. $10 ticket. You hit 12 or 50,000. That $50 ticket they got up to $500. Down.
Yeah.
That $50 ticket. Look, up there, airplane, quick as man. Look, they celebrate. A whole road. That road is big. He's here.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I say, yo, $50 ticket. I think, hey, you buy them, though. Hey, I ain't up one look. I never bid $5. I never bid 10, 20. No, not that. Hey, you're so small, friend. You're not making it big. Hey, baby. Hey, what's up, baby? Hey, good to see you, baby.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, good to see you. You say, baby. Go, see what the breeze you have.
Yep. That's what I'm fixing to do. Let me get a drink first. I got iced coffee this time. Hey!
Hey!
Yeah.
Go chilling, girl.
All right. Have a good one.
Hey. Jonathan, hey, bring up and look. Why you put him in the back?
What's up?
I see you put it in the back here. You put it back in the back. What? I don't hit the back, ain't it? What name?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's my friend.
What name?
Miklos.
What?
Miklos.
Be close.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hey, I put it back. Go ahead, man. You cool. Be safe.
We gotta get out of here. I don't think they like him in the store too much. He probably bugs them all the time. All right, we got another full tank of gas, cup of coffee. Back on the road.
The big stuff.
Who do you think you are?
Big stuff. You're never gonna get my love. Now because you wear all those fancy clothes. Oh, yeah. Have a big
Take the next right onto US 29 South. Continue on US 29 South for 3 miles.
His brakes are smoking. Woo-wee.
In 2 miles, take the US 60 exit toward Amherst. In half a mile, take the US 60 exit toward Amherst. Take the US 60 exit, then turn left onto US 60 East.
things going on. The man of the hour has an air of great power. The dudes have been with him for so long. Oh, see,
Turn left onto US 60 East, Richmond Highway.
but if you lose, don't ask no questions why.
Continue on US 60 East for 1 mile.
Hard to understand what a hell of a man. This kid of the slum had a mouth that wasn't dumb. This was shame, cause his hustle was wrong. His mind was his own, but the man lived alone. Oh, see, you're gonna make your fortune back. But if you lose, don't ask no questions why. The only game you know is do or die. The game he plays for keys. Hustling times in yellow streets, trying to get on. That's what they're trying to do, y'all.
In half a mile, turn right onto State Route 777. Take the next right onto State Route 777. In a quarter mile, turn left onto State Route 659. Take the next left onto State Route 659.
Let's get it on. Ooh, we're all sensitive people. So much to give.
Continue on State Route 659 for 3/4 of a mile.
Since we got to be, let's live. I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you, baby, not long. And giving yourself to me can never be wrong. If the love is true.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto State Route 604, State Route 659.
Sweet and wonderful life can be. Ooh, I'm asking you, baby, to get it on.
Turn right onto State Route 604, State Route 659. Continue for 7 miles.
can't see it. The grass is too high.